what I want to talk about is, people's taste in music and, how sometimes they can contradict themselves with their taste in music depending on what artists they like to listen to. I was on the internet and I just posted a thought that I had in regards to a conversation I had with somebody a long time ago. And I thought about, conversations that I've had with other people about the same topic. So basically what I'm trying to say is I've had many people come up to me and say how they don't prefer rap music. Now, I'm not going to bash them for that. Everyone has their taste in music. So I asked them, why don't you like rap music? And then they basically said how it's misogynistic, there's too many curse words, and also it glorifies violence. So I'm like, okay, that's not all rappers, but fine, I get it. To each his own. But Eminem is my favorite rapper. I'm sorry, what? Hold on. So you say that you don't like misogynistic lyrics. You say that you don't like lyrics that are too violent, and you don't like curse words in your songs, but Eminem is somehow your favorite rapper. Well, first and foremost, let me just say this. Eminem is one of the greatest rappers of all time. There's no question about that. He's arguably the greatest rapper of the 2000s decade. So I'm not even going to take away anything for Eminem. But with that logic in mind, you can't say that you hate offensive lyrics that talk about, disrespecting women, that talk about, just having curse words in general, et cetera, but to say someone like Eminem is your favorite rapper when he's been doing all those things and then some throughout his entire career. I mean, his album cover for, I think it was the Marshall Mathers LP, or the Slim Shady LP, one of those two, he was sitting by the docks with a body in the trunk, hanging from the trunk, and it was supposed to be, a metaphor of his mother, whom he has dissed on multiple songs. And he has said some of the most obscene things that you can ever say in a song in general. He has been questioned many times by the LGBT community about his lyrics in regards to the gay community. He said a lot of things that have been, seen as sexually slandering somebody, et cetera, et cetera. So, again, this isn't some sort of hate campaign towards Eminem, but you can't come to me and say that you hate those things and then some, but then say Eminem is your favorite rapper. That's like me saying, I hate the fast food industry and everything that stands for and the type of process that they use to make their food and the money they make, but I sure can't get enough of those McDonald's fries. You can't say something like, I hate the modeling industry, it sets these unrealistic expectations on women and how their bodies are supposed to look. But I sure love me some Tyra Banks, she slays it every time on the runway. Or better yet, you can't be like, I hate black people. They always listen to hip-hop music and talk about basketball. But I sure love DM Cool on Cool Radio. Like, you can't have it both ways. You gotta have one or the other. So, me personally, I'm only asking for consistency. Just be consistent. Because if you're saying one thing, but then what you're trying to paint depicts otherwise, then that makes you a hypocrite. Now, me personally, if you, catch yourself slipping, hypocritically every now and again, fine. We all do that every now and again. But if you're habitually hypocritical, we can't talk. I'm sorry. So, you just gotta be consistent with what you're trying to say. Now, if somebody was trying to tell me that they didn't like all those things about hip hop, but then they say they prefer somebody like Talib Kweli or Lupe Fiasco, Will Smith back in the day, or Rakim because he actually never cursed in any of his songs, then I can say, okay, I see where you're coming from. But you can't just tell me that you don't like any of those things, but then you say that you love Eminem. Like, come on now. We don't believe you need more people, is all I'm trying to say. Everyone out there in the world of social media, do you guys agree with me? Do you disagree? Let me know on Twitter at DM_cool or cool_radio, and I will post this clip later on YouTube for everyone else to discuss on it.